One. Hey, it's the Gascap Podcast. Clayton's an idiot
Three,
because he doesn't recognize the
three,
actual uh,
three, three,
genius of the Last Jedi.
three,
All right, it is
three,
recording right now, so just
three,
just go,
three,
just go.
two,
just say the
one.
intro.
Welcome to the Gascap Podcast.
Later on today, we're going to be talking about which fast food restaurant we think is the. But first, Clayton, I think you had something you wanted to bring up.
I wanted to bring up a video I watched today on IGN. Okay. So it was about Belgium, right?
Belgium.
What are they up to now?
Yeah.
Belgium they're the first country to ban loot boxes, okay?
Okay.
And IGN goes over to Belgium and I figured, wow, this should actually be a pretty interesting video to see kind of how games are over there because I mean, heck, we're never going to see that change in America, so
I mean, we
Yep.
could.
that's cool.
Because the
I
corporations
doubt
own the
it.
politicians.
Anyways,
Not if Andrew Yang
they
gets
go they
gets
go over to
selected.
Belgium.
Oh yeah, democracy dollars.
They go over to Belgium
Okay. Yeah.
and you're thinking, okay, let's see how this ban of loot boxes has affected games in Belgium. But they never talk about it. They just literally what they say is everyone is so happy in Belgium because loot boxes are banned. It's like, what? That makes
Hmm.
no sense.
So that means they're gonna
And
have
so
like.
everyone in Belgium is playing the same game that has microtransactions, and they're just like, "Oh my god, I'm so much happier now. I don't have to waste my money." It's like,
So
what?
I
basically,
can,
like
I
whenever
can
they.
provide for my family.
I know.
It's
It's
just like every working class citizen would just like they have like a little piece of paper that says pay for my children's food, and then the other one says buy Call of Duty loot boxes, and then he just rips up the one that says children. It's just.
Or it's like it's like
but
it's like the meme with the guy with the two buttons and he's like sweating.
Oh yeah.
the entirety of the video is just showing it's showing some comic book places, like those big stores that have a bunch of collections of crap.
Yeah.
And the stores are actually really cool because like with each story it gets bigger and bigger. I mean, the last store they showed was like a 3-story freaking building. It was full of stuff in there. It was really cool. But they never talk about the effect that the ban has on any game ever.
Ever.
So like
Well, that's a
you just
disappointing
never
video.
know. I know,
That,
right? I was like,
yeah, it's
what
like
the
a
frick? What's
misleading
the
video.
point? They
Yeah,
just
there's a
talk
lot of
about
videos.
waffles and how happy people are. Just like,
Really? They talk about
okay.
waffles? Do they
They
talk
talk
about
about
Brussels
they
sprouts?
bring up waffles a lot. I guess people in Belgium like waffles,
Yeah, Belgian
but
waffles.
I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's the really thick and fluffy waffles or Belgian waffles.
Oh, well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah,
But you
Belgium's
don't
famous
learn
for its
about
waffles.
Oh really?
how banning loot boxes
Yeah,
affects the games.
they're also
What?
famous for their sprouts,
Dude, they're gonna lose their loot
Brussels sprouts.
boxable Brussels sprouts and waffles. This is pure injustice.
Yes.
The people in Belgium are going to outrage now since they can't buy their waffle loot boxes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
exactly.
would be frustrating. It's like even the restaurants where loot box based, like you don't get to pick your
Yeah.
food. Like
Like as soon as
Yeah,
the ban is put in place, like they're just like giant helicopters that just like hook up to the buildings and they just take them away.
like a huge net.
man, that'd
It
be
is kind of annoying though, like when you see a video that's like misleading. Like one time I was watching this video from Joe where he was interviewing Steven Tyler, and he was talking about it was like the title was like Steven Tyler exposes dark secrets of the music industry, and then that didn't happen at all in the video. There were no dark secrets.
Oh yeah. Well,
Actually,
that's just
most of
what
the
the
video,
music industry wants
most
you to think.
most of the video was just Steven Tyler like talking about how awesome Joe Rogan. You're doing is so awesome. I'm not like other interviewers were like trying to get me to go to them, and I was like, no man, I'm going to Rogan. I'm doing Rogan in a week or something
It's
like that.
it's like
You're
Joe
doing something
Rogan.
special here.
It's like Joe Rogan like gave him that script beforehand. He's like, I just want you to say all of this. Just like, so you just want me to say you're great over and over again? Well, yeah.
Gosh, I
I
love
mean,
Joe Rogan.
what else would you say?
When we did uh
Dream on. I was dreaming
yeah,
of you, Joe.
I was dreaming about. I don't want to miss a thing. I wasn't wanting to miss you, Joe.
you're
I
still
was
in the
always
womb,
dreaming of
but
you.
wait, how old is Joe Rogan?
Well, he's got to be pretty old. I mean, he was on Fear Factor. He was the
That is
host of
true.
the
He
original
whenever
Fear
he
Factor.
still had hair.
Yeah.
And he's a part. He's been. Has he been a marshal? I know. Okay, I know he's like really well known in UFC, but did he ever do fights? Because I never see any of his fights.
Well, he's like a commentator, I thought. But he probably did do fights. I mean, he works out.
Like he either did fights or he just trained people.
All I know about him is that I I actually only his podcast. Like,
That's the only.
and
That's what I learned about him.
I don't even really watch his podcast at all, too. Like, I just know of
I
him.
usually just watch the clips of his podcast.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, that's the majority of what I do.
Like I watch the highlights. I don't like to watch because these podcasts get so long sometimes. I mean, they can get
Yeah,
up to 4 hours. I don't want to watch
yeah.
Yeah,
4 hours.
yeah, I only watch podcasts that are like an hour, just like the Gascap Podcast. That one's really
Yeah.
good.
You know what?
Oh
Surprisingly,
yeah.
I haven't actually watched the podcast he did with Andrew Yang.
Wait, Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
He did a podcast. He did a
yeah, he
podcast with
did.
Andrew Yang.
Yeah, that was one of his like most famous, like Andrew Yang's like most famous podcast. Like that's how a lot of people found out Joe
Oh
Rogan.
wow.
But I actually, I
I,
I don't really watch. I actually have found myself watching less and less Andrew Yang videos just because I've heard that he has the same most of the time. So mostly I'm just like searching for new stuff that comes up from him,
oh
not
yeah.
really like old stuff.
Here's something new. He did some crowd surfing
Yeah,
in
yeah, that was
Crowd
cool.
some
surfing.
place. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did
went
his
to
crowd
the
surfing.
um a it was for like an Asian American and Pacific Islander like group, like political group, and he did like a speech there and he crowd surfed after.
Wait, was Jason
And
Momoa
then
there
the
then?
media
I
called
don't
him
know.
John Yang for some
Yeah, yeah, I
reason.
saw about that. Are you subscribed to the subreddit, Clay?
I am not on a subreddit, but I follow him on Twitter.
Oh,
Yes.
So John Yang is not friends with
You know
Jason
what's
Momoa,
really weird about
famous
Andrew Yang?
cannibal.
no. What? He is not.
Uh, like I'm always seeing these pictures of the Democratic debates, and it's like they always have 9 people on there, and I guess he's supposed to fill that 10th spot, but they just never include him. So I have like, why does everyone hate Andrew Yang?
Okay, yeah, that's a ridiculous thing. Okay, that was actually a pretty big deal recently. Like, I think it was either MSNBC or NBC, like put out a graphic and it said 10, 10 candidates qualify for the DNC debate, which is on this Thursday, and I urge everyone to watch that. And they listed everybody except for Andrew Yang. So they in the thing they said 10 people, and then they only listed 9 candidates.
So does that mean
It's
that
like,
Andrew Yang is going to be announced like a Super Smash Brothers character? Like it's just like
I
it's just like they
That
all
would be
show up and then
awesome.
it's just
But
like there's a projector that just comes on and it's just like Andrew Yang bursts into the debate and then it's just like just
that would be awesome.
runs through the
But
door.
it's like a part of a larger problem where like the media basically like ignores Andrew Yang. Like there was this other thing that happened recently where like there was a poll that came out that he had gotten 3% in, and then like one of the one of the news organizations put out a graphic where they had like all these candidates ranked by what they got in the poll, and then right up to it got where Andrew Yang would be. They then put the person that was right below him, like instead of him.
Wow. Why do you think they're doing
mm-hmm.
that?
Because
They're
you know,
afraid.
I think they are legitimately afraid, or they don't see him as serious. It's one of two things. Either they're afraid of him, or they just
Nah.
think he's a joke.
Luckily, we have social media and the like,
That is true,
and like
but
everybody's really like paid attention to him. Like a lot, like a pretty like it feels like this kind of shows that the mainstream media is just out to get us. They only care about
exactly.
like the ratings and whatnot.
That's true. But you know what? They're getting better. You see more like sometimes there will be a surge where Yang will like pop up stuff like a bunch of articles, and then it'll just like go away for a while. But you know what? It is what it is. I think he's gonna like destroy the debate on Thursday.
Yeah.
It'll be
Also,
with
like
a
honestly, if anything, this kind of like makes more people know about him because it's just like,
yeah
oh, why don't they
the
show
Barbara
Andrew
Streisand
Yang?
effect.
And then it's like everybody's kind
Yeah,
of freaking out, and then more people hear about him because people do freak out. You know what I mean? Plus, like if he
yeah.
does really good at the debate, like people kind of have to talk about that, right?
I think he'll do good at the debate. That's my hope. He's done pretty much like pretty well, not so much from the first one, but the last one he did really well in. Even though he had like the speaking time, he like did exceptionally well, and I expect that to change
Oh yeah,
as far as speaking time.
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
liked his comment. I think he was. Oh my gosh! No, Jared, did you see the thing where they were doing an interview with him on like CNN, and then they cut him off mid interview to go to a live stream of Bernie Sanders?
No, I didn't see that.
What?
He was
Like
in
while
the
he was
middle.
talking.
He was in the middle of explaining something. I don't remember what it was, but he was in the middle, like he was getting into his topic, and they were listening, and then Bernie Sanders comes on, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I did
We're gonna
not see
go
that.
to this live stream of Bernie Sanders," and you just get totally cut off and forgot about. It's like,
Well, that's kind of annoying. I
what?
did
Yeah,
not see
that
that.
sounds like bullcrap, dude.
I know, right?
Anyway, kind of a sidetrack. Sorry, we don't typically get into like politics on this podcast, but
Yeah, but it's worth it for Andrew Yang.
it's worth it for
It's
Andrew Yang. Man. We got to
worth it.
secure
The
the bag.
Yangster.
I went to Guitar Center this week, and the person that was checking us out had a Yang Gang shirt on.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was awesome. It was really cool.
Dude, you see, it's people like him and people like us that really spread the word. That
Yes,
like, and
exactly.
also H3H3. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
have like kind of like been introduced through H3H3. Like I know some
Mhm.
people that are like, "Oh, dude, you heard of Andrew Yang?" It's like, "Yeah, dude," and like, "Yeah,
It's a movement.
yeah." It definitely is. It feels like it's gonna change a lot of stuff.
I
Yeah.
I'm still keeping low expectations
I mean,
You see,
like,
you
because I
just got
mean, with the way
it's
he's
a
being
marathon, not a
treated,
sprint.
you know,
The thing
I
is
feel
though,
like there's a pretty good chance that he'll get screwed over.
we're still like really early into the primary right now, and like so he's generally polling at like 3 or 4% now. So I think, and that's up from way back in the beginning. So I think as long as we just like hold tight, I think he can progressively get higher and then maybe get started taken more seriously later on.
yeah, this is just the beginning. All right, this is just the beginning of Andrew Yang's 100-year reign.
Yes, he is actually the his first mission as president is going to appoint himself as king of America,
Yeah,
and
I
and
would
then
vote for him.
and then uh he's gonna immediately abolish the 13th and make us all slaves to
Honestly, I'm still gonna vote for him.
him. All right.
Literally everything he's saying is so terrible. He wants to ban puppies.
I'd vote for him.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
He's already
So
king. You can't.
I'm confused about this loot box thing though. Like, how can one country ban it? Like, if the because the game makers aren't from
Because
Belgium.
it violated something in there.
Gambling laws,
So
probably.
Yeah.
do the game like production companies do they have to like make a special Belgium version of it then that doesn't have loot boxes or how does
Yeah,
that work?
probably,
Um.
honestly.
Yeah, except I don't think they replace it with anything. I think they just completely remove it from the game. Because
Hmm.
like Grand Theft Auto 5 recently, they got a casino update. And you can
Uh,
Yeah.
go in and gamble and crap, but if you live in a certain country, you still get the update, but you don't get to do any of the casino things because
hmm.
gambling in those countries is banned.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I guess that isn't such a good thing because like then it's just like they're just kind of getting a stripped down game, but the game itself isn't
Yeah.
changed at all except for the without the loot boxes thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Well, I
Hmm.
shitty.
mean, with like speaking of Grand Theft Auto, they still get the content that was added. Don't get to do any of the casino.
I personally
So
think that it's okay, like to ban. I don't know if they should do it as part of a. Like I personally don't see anything wrong with banning loot boxes because to me it's like it's one like generally like when you're gambling like it's the idea is that you're like an adult, and so like yeah, you're like doing away with money and stuff, but like you're making those choices and you're having that kind of responsibility. But like a lot of these games are kind of like aimed at kids.
Yeah, honestly.
So it's not
that's
really. I don't
that's
really
what
think
the
it's.
discussion is about.
Yeah,
So I don't
like
Because
really
like
think it's really smart for them to.
with
did either of you watch the like the big conference thing with like the representatives from like Epic and EA and then like there was some
Mm-mm.
third guy?
Mm-mm.
Clayton, did you see it?
uh no, but I did see a clip from one of the discussions where the lady goes, we don't call them loot boxes, we call them a surprise mechanic.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's the one that I heard the most about, but I like watched the entire like 2 hour conference thing and because I'm so dedicated to this channel and to gamer news.
And having
But
a good research, good
yeah,
adequate reporting on the
on
Gascap podcast.
yeah.
Your one-stop shop for all news, entertainment news, and opinion.
Yeah, we're the only people. I mean, who are you gonna trust? IGN?
Yeah, why would you trust IGN
Yeah, I was gonna talk
when you
about
can trust
waffles
us?
of Belgium.
Yeah, and also
Well,
gonna like
they're in Belgium and they got the waffles, all the waffles in the Belgium. Put the syrup in the butter, and I'm Bill Cosby.
they're also going to report misinformation about Spider-Man, but that's not
Yes,
what this is all about.
yes, you're
But
still mad about that.
yeah, I'm still kind of mad about that because there was like a couple days where I was just like, man, this really sucks. But now it's just like, oh, it's just still kind of up in the air, and it still
Nope,
is. I'm surprised
deal's
that we
closed.
haven't. No, it's not.
Deal is closed. It is.
Where did you hear that?
Well, what's
It got
IGN?
announced like a few days ago.
I have
Well,
not
what's
heard
the
The
deal
anything
now?
about
CEO of
this.
Sony has said that the deal is closed. I mean, there may
Where
So
did
be
you
up
what?
hear
for
When you
it though?
said
discussion later, but right
when
now
you
there
when
is
you
no discussion.
Yeah,
when you say
like
the deal is
it's.
closed, does that mean like they've closed in on a deal, so like they have a deal, or does that mean they've stopped talking?
No, that means they've stopped talking about it.
Yeah,
They
I
could
heard
not
that
come
too,
to
but it's just
anything.
like for now there's no like thing, but there's like it's still it's still up in the air though. That's the
It's still up in the air, but there's no discussion right now.
yeah,
So
but that they could still make a deal though.
they still have three more Spider-Man movies,
I thought
and
it was just
three.
two.
It is three, right?
I think it's
No, I think it was just two with Tom Holland and John Watts.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
honestly, I do
two more
think it might
Spider-Man
be kind of
movies.
it
I'm
might
sure
be
that
kind of
probably
nice to
means they're gonna
have
make them in a year.
two Spider-Man movies still with Tom Holland, but then like kind of unrelated to the MCU for a bit, so he can kind of grow on his own as a character.
Yeah, but
Like
then like
I
if
still
he
think that's a
gets
good
brought
plan.
back, but then if he gets brought back to the MCU, that would probably be like decanonized, you know?
He has to
Well,
continue.
not necessarily. As long as they don't do anything that like directly contradicts the MCU, it's probably still okay.
Yeah, like if they just like kind of just do things on their own, and it's just
Hmm.
because it feels like a lot of the MCU movies are just kind of be like kind of a lot more like self-contained, like the
Yeah,
Doctor Strange thing, like the Shang Chin or something, Shang Chao,
Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi.
Wang Chung.
Shang-Chin, Shang-Chao.
But like, I hope I didn't sound like incredibly racist just then. But like, but yeah, it feels
Well,
like all of those are kind of like gonna
we
be
don't
their
always
own
get what we
thing,
hope
kind
for,
of, sort of.
Caleb. Yeah,
But anyway, back to the conference thing. A lot of the like the stuff around it was like, oh, but like there are kids that have that have like bought thousands of dollars of stuff worth of your thing, and like what can you do about that? You know, like you're it's kind of like what are you doing to prevent these children from like getting addicted to your stuff and then like
Hmm.
basically using
Nothing.
their parents' credit cards to like spend like thousands of dollars on it, you know?
Yeah. I kind of have issues with not games, but like the way a lot of apps are designed, basically to just keep on the app for a long time. Because when you expose kids to that, then it's like you like not just kids, I guess really anybody. It's like
It
you're
really, I feel like
exploiting
it really
people.
affects children so much worse than it would
Yeah.
like a
Well,
teen.
Yeah,
here's the thing though, like
especially with stuff like Candy Crush where it's just like, oh, it's just $1 to finally beat this like
and
level
it
that I've been like on for a while. So I
and it
guess
just
I could
keeps
just
going up, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I
And
guess I could
but it's
just like
also
do
like
one more turn, you know, like yeah, stuff like that.
hmm so it's just I don't know. I wish they would like okay, I don't have an issue necessarily with like the comp doing that because that's just their job, right? Their job is to figure out how they can maximize, you know, uh attention on them so they can get more money through ads and stuff. Like it's not really their problem. It's just like the way the market is. There needs to be more incentives, I think, for companies to do things other than just like I don't know, make money.
Yeah, honestly, also
Like what
there
if
like it feels like there should be like a limit on apps like to where like a limit on how many advertisements there are, you know?
Dude, I
how so?
don't download when there is an ad for a mobile app, I do not download that app because I know it'll be littered with ads.
Okay, honestly though, I do like when I'm playing a mobile game, which I only really just started doing. Um, but when I'm doing it and I see an interesting ad for a game, like okay, mobile games have at least the ones I've played have the best advertising. Um, and the reason I say that is because the ads are like there's nothing superfluous about them. They're literally just videos of someone playing. Like you know exactly what you're getting into. It's not like you see like in the old like for some other games how you might see somebody it looks cool, but it's like oh it's actually not really that good. It's like when
Yeah.
you see an ad for a mobile game, you know exactly what. So props to the
Actually,
mobile
like
game
I
ad
see a
makers.
lot of like mobile advertisements. There's this one for like this kind of Candy Crush type game, and then in the
Hmm.
advertisement, it shows like this woman like kind of going through her house and like trying to like fix things that are broken and whatnot. And that's not in the game at all. It's just like a matching game. And it like shows this woman like trying to put out this fire. It's just like that's not in the game, guys. What are you doing? You know?
Well, what you need to do have either of you guys played this game called Aqua Park IO?
No.
Well,
I think I've heard of it though.
basically what it is you're on a and you slide down this water slide and you
Oh,
like
Oh
go
I
yeah,
against
I
other
have played
have
people
heard
that.
of
and
that.
you can like jump off and like land. It's kind of like Mario slides and stuff like
Yeah,
but
but
it's
it's
like
so BS.
it's a fun
Dude,
game, but
if
the
you jump
ads
off the
are really
side
good.
and then land at the end,
Hmm.
them freaking people will, the AI will skip the entire race and then immediately pass you. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of
Yeah.
what?
ridiculous.
Honestly, like games from that that publisher, its name is like Voodoo,
Yeah,
and
it's voodoo.
like all the advertisements are like I bet you can't get past this level, and it's like
Yeah, it's
it's
like a
so
meme.
genius. Like
99% of people can't do this.
It is
yeah,
really genius. But the thing is about the ads is they just show the game. They don't do any other like things about it. They just show and they'll have like you said like oh I bet you can't beat this and that's like a psychological trick. But it's I wish more like I wish movie trailers would like not just like show the movie but like I don't know like maybe just like give you I don't know I don't know. It's hard to do with movie trailers
I don't
because you
know, it
really
feels
can't
like
do anything
movie
with them.
trailers
Yeah.
should be very minimalistic. I think what you mean is video game trailers is like what like
Yes,
they
what I
should
mean
be
is like
more like
video game trailers. They should just show gameplay of it. Like they shouldn't have all this extra stuff. They should just show
yeah, just pure
because that'll
unadulterated
tell me if I
gameplay that hasn't been like graphics up just for the trailer,
yeah
you know?
like just show me what it's gonna be like when I'm playing the game because that's what I do anyway. I don't look to game trailers really. I look to gameplay videos like on YouTube
Yeah. I
to
mean
see if I'm good or
cinematics are
not
really
against.
cool, but like it's a
Yeah.
lot better to like kind of see what the game is like, you know?
Yeah,
Hmm.
like if you go and
Yeah.
watch a bunch of cinematic trailers and then you're like, wow, I really want to play this game, and then get into it and it's nothing as exciting as
Yeah.
the trailer,
Yeah,
it's
like have
like,
you
Hmm.
seen like
well,
the
that sucks.
yeah, like have you seen the trailers for like the StarCraft games, like the cinematic trailer? It just like shows like all
Hmm.
these people just like running through shooting things that are like
Yeah.
explosions everywhere, but then it's just like you play the game, it's just like click, click,
Yeah, that's the thing
click,
though.
you
But
know?
the thing about the StarCraft games are really good, but
Yeah, they are, but
that
it's
would
just
be
like
less annoying. They should show you like playing the game. They should show you doing the clicks and stuff. They shouldn't show like the cinematic trailer
yeah,
I
because
mean, you
exactly.
could
that
argue,
that's
you can
doing
make
it.
that same argument for Overwatch because their animated shorts are so good, especially the one about the characters Hanzo and Genji.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Their shorts are so good, and it makes you wish that they had actual campaign about these
Yeah,
characters in the game.
exactly.
But then you go in, and it's just a grindy competitive shooter. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Now on the other end of things, sometimes just having cinematic is good. And what I mean by that is in Team Fortress 2, the cinematics for those games, like for that game, are all extremely well done, and it doesn't really take away from it when you actually play the game, because
Yeah.
like the characters are specific, but they're also like you don't really need to know anything more about them. So like everything you learn about them can be in the game, like just by the items and stuff that they have. You don't
Uh
really like there is like other stuff you can get, like there's comics and stuff you can read, and there's like obviously like the videos and stuff, but like the characters are pretty simplistic enough that you don't really like need to know anything more. You can just sort of enjoy the game.
yeah, honestly, like the only like you can just play the game and not really like care about like their their whole thing. But it's just like kind of
Yeah,
funny to know what they're actually like, you know. It's more about just
yeah,
humor
hmm,
rather than like actual like it isn't really like robbing you of any like context rather than what
hmm,
Overwatch is, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, hmm,
But also like I would argue that like cinematic trailers are also good for like extremely story based games like The Last of Us or
yeah,
God of War or something, you know.
yeah.
I
That
don't
makes
remember
sense
the
too.
cinematic trailers for Last of Us really being that good though. Like the very first trailer for The Last of Us did not. I didn't get into the game. I was like, that looks stupid. It wasn't
Oh,
until I
really?
saw actual gameplay and learned a little bit about the story where I was like, okay, this actually looks really good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think I had ever seen a trailer for The Last of Us. I just remember watching. I remember my brother telling me about it, and then I went in and watched some gameplay, and I was like, wow, that looks like a really good game.
You know, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the loot boxes. Is that a lot of like trailers and stuff are just even like especially with movies and stuff, they're not really like designed to show you what the experience is gonna be like. They're just kind of designed to get you to go to the movie, and so
Yeah.
sometimes that kind of involves like misleading you. And so that's kind of the other thing is like if I feel like if instead of worrying so much about like how are we gonna get people to like use this app or watch this movie or play this game or something, if they were just good, like if they were just good quality, people would just come and watch them because they'd want to. I mean, think about
Yeah.
all these movies that aren't necessarily like popular movies, but people like continue to go back and watch them like well after their original release, like just because like they were so well made. Like if every movie was was just like that and they didn't like aggressively market stuff, people would like naturally I think, go to what they're interested in and what they think is best.
Yeah, but all that matters is like the initial kind of
Yeah.
like unless they like do a reboot or something or like a
Hmm.
sequel to something.
Yeah. I kind of
Like
wonder
if it
if an
has like a
experiment
huge
kind of
cult following.
I kind of wonder if like some sort of experiment like that would work where instead of focusing on the initial release of a movie, if they intentionally tried to build like a cult following for something and see if they could get some better earns on it like that.
Yeah,
Like I wonder if
honestly.
anybody's ever tried to do that because that would be kind of interesting to see.
Dude, what if like they're doing that with the nice guys?
Maybe I haven't seen it.
Like, well, like whenever the movie was actually out, like there were barely any trailers for it. So like, what if they're like,
Hmm.
and it's like an amazing movie. It's like one of my favorites. And so
Hmm.
like what if that's what they're doing with that? It's just like, so what if we just kind of like release this movie, don't really advertise it, but then like we kind of wait for any cult followings to start, and then it's like they
Hmm.
just kind of like wait for that. Cause like they must have seen like how much money like Blade Runner got, well, like, Blade
Hmm.
Runner 2020, Blade Runner 2049, and it's like that made, I think it made a lot of money. I'm pretty sure it did.
Hmm. Yeah.
But it's like yeah, just like stuff like a lot of like it feels like a lot of cult following like kind of sequel things
Hmm.
like it. I think like the Twin Peaks revival also did pretty good, and like it just like stuff like that. It feels like that makes like quite a bit of money because like it has like a
A built-in
previously
audience.
like kind of built up audience. So like yeah, I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It could happen. I don't honestly like.
Well, the thing is, like, a lot of these movies have gotten so big that they really need the initial release just to like make back up the costs probably. Like if you look at like Marvel movies and stuff like that, like they're really expensive to make, so they're probably like at least to some extent counting on people like coming back and getting it. But you know, maybe some of the movies would be better, honestly, if they weren't so like Ant-Man. Like what if you just did that instead of having like the crazy effects? Like what if it was just like a kind of a heist movie that was just kind of offbeat, that like involved like perspective, yeah, like camera tricks and stuff
Like
like that
what they
might be
do with
kind
The
of
Hobbit,
yeah, or like
or like what Lord
not
of the
even like
Rings in general, but like yeah,
well doing that, but then also like just going even further and like doing like interesting like visual stuff to where it looks like a painting or like it look like kind of like an MC Escher painting type thing where
yeah.
they're doing like perspective shifts and stuff, and it's just like just to make the movie look cool instead of just being the special effects and stuff. Like maybe something like that would work. Now I still really like those movies though, so I'm not like saying that they should change. Like I'm just saying like there could be other ways to go about it.
I bet you that Marvel works on a if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of system.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really found a kind of place. Like I'm sure they have like a safe way to make sure that every movie is gonna be pretty much guaranteed to make at least
I mean, honestly,
250 million.
like at this point, they're they're not gonna make no money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
they
they
could
could
do
release
anything.
whatever they want, and then they would still make a lot of money. You know what I
Like
mean?
all they have to do is put the Marvel logo on it, and it would sell
Yeah,
tickets.
exactly. Like it's just like like we just like kind of automatically think like, well, we kind of have to watch it if we want to like get caught up. So like even the
Yeah.
movies that like people like kind of like say like oh that movie was bad. Like even if the movie was bad, they're still gonna go watch it
See
because
it
they want to stay
because they
caught
got
up. You know?
now.
Well,
I
I guess
wonder
it's
if
a
that
good thing I didn't watch Spider-Man Far From Home. Like,
wonder if
oh my
that's going
god.
to change though, because that's another interesting point you brought up. We've been talking about like attention and how you get people to stay doing something, but
Uh,
Marvel movies are an interesting model because they are not like it's kind of like in a TV show like where it has a cliffhanger at the very end, and then like okay now I have to watch the next. see like what happens, even if you're not really enjoying it. You just want to see what happens.
Yeah,
Now the
like
Marvel
with
movies,
people that like
are,
watch The Walking Dead still. Um,
yeah, just to see what
it's
happens.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like they still watch it like, oh, I just like kind of want to know if it like gets good again, like, cuz
Yeah,
then like
that
if it does get good again, then like they want to like still like stay caught up, because like
yeah.
if they don't, then they have to like like watch it through again, and it's like they just want to like kind of keep up
I
with it
Hmm.
I think The Walking Dead would be the perfect show to read
to reboot,
because
except outside of
yeah,
AMC, because AMC sucks.
why
Like
does
they
AMC
have
suck?
because they've treated like Frank Darabont, the original like creator of like the first season, they treated
Oh
him
yeah,
absolutely horribly. Like he had like so many
yeah, I
great
remember.
plans, and like it sounded like so cool. But then just like AMC's just like, I think we just want to save some money, and they
You
just
know,
like
if
fired
you
him.
do, if
What?
you go back and watch the first season compared to the most recent season, it is so much different.
Yeah,
Like
cuz it's just like they don't really
it
care
doesn't even
about
look like the same show.
Yeah, because they don't even care. Because, like, first of all, Rick isn't there anymore. And also, second of all, they don't really care about, like, good storytelling anymore. They just care about keeping people watching by,
And
like,
another
having,
big
like, a mid-season finale, like, oh, crap, what just happened? Oh, you gotta watch the next season to find out. And it's just like they bank it all on like waiting for something to happen until the finale of like the mid season or just the season finale, and then it's like, oh well, I gotta keep watching it now, and it's just
you
like,
know a big problem that The Walking Dead has is just creating too many storylines. It's
A lot
like
of shows have that.
you have your main
Arrow
path
has
and
that.
oh yeah,
then it just branches off one time. You're like, okay, little side story, that's fine.
then it just never gets brought up again.
And they try to keep a lot of those stories updated that way you're still learning about them, but it just totally ruins the episodes because the episodes, instead of having these like important story moments, they just
uh
end up becoming, you know, let's see these people talk, let's see these people talk, let's see these people talk,
and also the
cool
people.
action moment, and now we have a dramatic moment to end the episode. That's how the episodes kind of ended up last time I watched.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and it's like it feels like a lot of like dramatic inaction, like TV shows kind of just inevitably get that way. You know what I mean? Where it's just like,
Yeah,
get too. They bring up a lot of the like Arrowverse shows in general have this where they add more characters, and with those new characters comes like new stories because they have to find something to do with all these characters. And then by the end of it, like the Flash is like I still like the show, but like it's not even really necessarily about the Flash anymore because like they have all these other stuff that happens in relation to it. So it's like it's not just about the Flash; it's about like the Flash's team, and it's interesting. But sometimes you just want to see the Flash.
yeah,
And
exactly.
speaking of Flash, he's really fast, and we promised at the beginning that we talk about the best fast food restaurants,
Wait, so
and
you're telling
and that
me that the
ooh,
Flash is fast?
yes,
Honestly, I had no idea.
that's his whole thing.
I thought he could just like teleport.
That would be a cool power to have. Like if he wasn't fast, he would be cool if he could just flash, please. Pew.
Yeah, honestly, just like pew, you know.
he just leaves a
Pew.
really bright flash every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the
Last
there's a
time the
McDonald.
Flash saved me, I got blinded because the splash was so bright.
His flash. He just has a flash. There's a McDonald's. There's a McDonald's that I've been to that's connected to a Flash market, and that's kind of
Oh
interesting
yeah. Huh.
to me because you don't really see McDonald's connected to like other things. It's normally just McDonald's by itself.
Yeah, I mean I see like there's one in Arkansas also.
Yeah, Flash Market. That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh.
The one that's connected to the Flash Market.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Hmm. I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
what town in Arkansas, cause
but
you know.
because then that
Yeah.
would give away our location. But
Yeah.
or that doesn't necessarily because we haven't necessarily like live in or close to Arkansas. Like it could just be like we went there one time for like a shooting for our one of our videos.
That is true. I don't know. It's just like yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't want to give the town. But have you? Well, okay, so let's just go around. Let's start with you, Clayton. Let's give your best fast food restaurant.
Hmm. Well, I can't really just come right out of the ballpark and say what my favorite one is because there's
Why
so
not?
much to consider.
I
Like,
have
That
to.
is true.
for example, uh, we live pretty close to a Taco Bell, and it's a
Hmm.
really good Taco Bell. Every time we go in there, it's super clean, and
Mhm.
it's like we usually get our food pretty quickly, so
Last
Hmm.
time
it's pretty
there was a
fast.
news update on
But the
TV about
Taco
Kevin
Bell,
Spacey.
the Taco Bell, the town over is terrible.
Yeah, it's
Like
Yeah,
we
disgusting.
sat
it's
we
true.
sat at a table and there was a cigarette carton just
Mm,
chilling out and the floors were so disgusting. A lot of the tables
yeah,
hadn't been wiped off.
that's gross.
It, yeah, so I mean if
But
it like
there are some restaurants that are pretty consistent. Like McDonald's is pretty consistent.
Yeah,
oh
honestly,
yeah,
I really don't hate.
McDonald's is very consistent.
I really don't get the whole like hating on McDonald's thing. You know?
Me neither, honestly. Like because all of the complaints that people have for McDonald's, I honestly think kind of have been rectified in a lot of ways. Like people said it was like too unhealthy, but now they have some like menu items that are like more geared towards people that are trying to be healthy, you know.
Yeah.
And also the pricing on it is really good. Like you can get some pretty good deals
Yeah.
relative to
Exactly.
other fast food restaurants, especially
Also.
if you have the app.
Oh
Although the
yeah, they
app's
have
kind
a
of
lot of
Well,
good deals
the
on
app
the
has
app.
kind of gotten ruined because they had
yeah,
way
I
more
think so
deals on
too.
there before.
Yeah, I think so too. And also for me, the app is like unresponsive. So like when I open it up, no matter what button I push, like nothing happens. So for me, the app's kind of useless, but it might be different for other people.
Yeah. This
I
isn't.
haven't used it. I have not used it since the deals on it got worse.
I haven't even really looked at it. I haven't used it since like um when we were going to McDonald's a bunch.
Honestly,
You and me, Clayton. You and me, Clayton.
McDonald's should
Honestly,
sponsor us.
they should. We would give them free advertisement. I have no
Yeah.
trouble talking about
Exactly.
how much I love McDonald's.
I will say, recently we ate at a McDonald's, and it was near closing time, and I guess like a super big group of people showed up just for
Yeah.
closing time, and I guess all the staff was just getting kicked off. And this lady that was sitting right behind us, she goes, "Hey guys, just so you know, if you want to get your refills, they're fixing to close up, so you better get them now." And
Oh, geez.
we politely said, "All right, thank you." And then we kind of finished up our food and we were walking out, and one of the staff guys, it was so random, and I had no idea what he was talking about. He just goes, "Hey, thanks guys, you guys are awesome." And I was like, "Wait, what did we do?"
Yeah.
So we're just trying to get out of the restaurant, and he's sitting here going, "No, no, I'm serious. You guys are seriously so awesome.
And he like
Like
kept opening
you guys
doors
are the
for
best."
us and like.
Yeah, and we're just walking out like, what the freaking
Wait, was
heck
that?
did we do?
Wait, were you there, Caleb?
Yeah. Yeah. He was
Yeah,
acting
Oh,
like
it
we
was
just
when
saved his
we
mom
went
from
to go
like a
see
stroke or
it.
something.
oh, okay, okay. How was that, by the way? Yeah.
It was pretty good,
It
honestly.
was very good.
Yeah, it was a
Good.
good. It was a good horror comedy, which I wasn't expecting
Okay.
from it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So, Caleb, what's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Like ethically or taste wise.
Both. Like, do you have a different one for each, or what?
Yes, I do. Cause taste
Okay.
wise, it's Chick-Fil-A, but like that place is a
Oh,
freaking
ethically,
cult.
no.
Yeah, ethically,
Yeah.
no way, Jose. Like, dude, that place,
Yeah.
like, if you work there, it's practically a cult. They even like dictate how you say thank you. And how
Yeah.
no how like you respond to people saying thank you. No
My,
matter what, they have to
yeah.
say
My.
my pleasure. That's like extremely culty,
What?
honestly.
Why is it my pleasure instead of you're welcome? Like, do either of you know?
Yeah, I have no idea. Honestly, I guess it's just like, yeah, I have no idea.
It's really weird. And plus, like the donations they make are extremely questionable.
What are the donations?
Okay, so it's kind of a tricky set thing. So like it's different now than it used to be, but like the way I understand it is like back in the day, Chick-fil-A has like a foundation that's like a philanthropic thing. And
Uh,
back in the day, that organization would make donations to other organizations that are like anti like LGBT. And
uh-huh.
so there was a lot of backlash about that, and so then they said that they were going to stop doing that. They weren't going to do that. And then later on, like recently, like within like extremely recently, it comes out like that they've still been giving donations to these places, but like not like just straight up like donating to them. It's like one of these organizations is like putting on like a soccer team for kids or something, and they're donating specifically for that. But so people are like going like people
Wait,
are like obvious.
so an anti-LGBT, the like company is making a soccer team? What?
No, well, it's like it's not. Well, it's stuff like okay, it's like the Salvation Army, something like that.
Oh,
That like
okay.
it's not like expressly anti-LGBT, but it's like for like part of their thing. Like, but they're
Okay.
not for that. It's like just a part of their thing, which is
Just a part
still
of their
I
like mission statement.
yeah, it's like part of their rules and stuff. Like they can't
Wait,
like have
so
like
like you
gay
can't work
workers
for
and
them
stuff.
if you're like gay or bi?
I don't know if it's specific. I don't know if specifically with the Salvation Army, but I know like some of the organizations that we donated to are like that. But like,
Jeez, dude.
um,
Is how is that not like illegal?
well, I don't. Maybe because it's like a charity, like it's not a
Yeah, maybe because
corporation,
it's like
like
volunteer.
tax
Maybe it's
exempt
like
type stuff.
different for volunteer or something.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, but like, and also there's like, I think there are still several states where you can legally be fired, like from your job, like if you're gay still,
Jesus,
like
dude.
there's not like protections for that. But anyway, so the ethical question is like, yeah, they're not like donating like for something to be like anti-gay, but they're still like in a way like supporting like an organization that is like that through their money, even though they're not like giving money specifically for that. So
Yeah.
to me, it's like it's not like it's not like your money, in my opinion, is like going towards that, but it's like it's ethically questionable is what I would call it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily say it's ethically wrong. It's just ethically questionable.
I don't know. All I'm saying is I'll be ethically questionable for those chicken sandwiches because they are the bomb.
I honestly don't think the chicken is that good. Like it's
Really?
good, but it's not like to me it's just okay. Like I think it's kind of overrated. But the waffle fries are extremely good. Like I really like the waffle fries and also the Chick-fil-A sauce is the best like
Yeah, it's so
all,
good.
all, all, the, all these fast food restaurants that have like their own sauces, like McDonald's has the signature sauce, Sonic has
Hey,
one.
yeah, but that
The chick
signature sauce is so gross.
I like the signature sauce, but the
I
Chick-fil-A sauce
don't.
is really, really good.
Yeah, it's the best
The
in
Um,
my
Chick-fil-A
opinion.
sauce is pretty good. Does
to
Taco
me it's
Bell have
really
a
good.
signature sauce?
I
Well,
don't
they have
know.
like their hot
It might
sauces,
be.
but I don't know if they have like a signature sauce.
You know what's one fast food place we have not brought up?
What?
Burger King.
You know, I
Because
was
Burger King sucks.
Yeah, I haven't
that
eaten
not
at Burger King in like
I
5 years.
I completely disagree with that.
I mean,
Burger King is
Robert
my
Downey
second
Jr. wouldn't.
Burger King
I
is my second
figured you
favorite.
would.
Oh yeah.
Burger King is my second favorite, and the reason for that originally just because their deals were always really good. But now it's really awesome because they have the Impossible Whopper, which is super cool, and that's
Hmm.
the next evolution of fast food, I think.
By the way, did
Because
you
you know
guys see
KFC
Wait, what is
did you
what
guys
is
is
see
the
what
Robert Downey?
Impossible Whopper?
the Impossible Whopper is it's from Impossible Foods, the company. They make like meatless meat, so it's a 100% meatless Whopper, and it's really good. I have had it.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
Wait, meatless Whopper?
yeah, so like it's a patty, but it's like not made out of meat.
Oh,
So they
so
put
like
a patty on their
tofu or
fist and they
something?
just whop you with it?
So like it's a pat. Okay, I can Google. I can tell you everything that's in it.
All right.
Um,
While you're googling it, do you guys get the Robert Downey Jr. joke?
I did not.
I didn't even hear it.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
so
I
the
said that
Impossible Burger.
that Robert Downey Jr. would disagree whenever Jared said he would disagree to the thing that you said. It was funny whenever I first said it. But
And
like
So
now
the
it is not.
but basically like you get what yeah, you say your thing first.
Impossible Burger is made up of a blend of soy protein, potato protein, coconut oil, sunflower oil, salt, yeast, and a variety of emulsifying. I don't know what emulsifying is, but that's
Uh-huh.
from today.com. So
Hmm. So you're saying you're a soy boy?
I am.
But basically, Robert Downey Jr. Credits Burger King to making him want to get clean off of drugs. Basically, at like 3 in the morning, he like went to like Burger King with like several pounds of like cocaine in like the back of his car.
Mhm.
And then whenever like he ordered like a burger and then he took a bite out of it and then he himself said that the burger was so bad that it made him rethink his whole life.
Really?
Yeah. And from that
I
day
don't see.
forward, he just like kind of like he went to rehab and then he got clean and now he's the Tony Stark we all know him to be.
I don't see what how people like because that's something I've noticed with a
But then
lot of
again, it
people.
was back in like the 90s probably, so I mean like
There there are a lot of people that really don't like Burger King. Like I live like within walking distance of a Burger King, and like I never really get opportunities to go to it very often because most people don't seem to really like it that much.
Uh, I haven't really been there in like 5 years, so I mean, I don't really know.
Hmm. Well, Burger King's just my second favorite. My personal favorite fast food restaurant is Wendy's.
Oh
And the
yeah,
reason for that is because of the 4 for 4.
what is it?
Because in my mind, so it's $4 and
Uh,
you get a burger, chicken nuggets, fries, and a drink, all for $4. It's the best fast food deal. And then basically, in my opinion, the goal of fast food is to be fast, yeah, but it's also to be cheap. So if the cheaper it gets, the better it is for me. So that's why I think Wendy's is the best because they have the cheapest food. And it's also pretty
Wendy's
good. Like
does have good chicken nuggets, bro.
I would agree
I
with that
think
as well. I
Wendy's
think they're
has
better than
the
Chick-fil-A.
best chicken nuggets.
Honestly,
I
I
have
might
never
agree with
had
that.
I have never had Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets,
yeah, me
I've
neither,
had
honestly.
but
I just
I've
get the
had Chick-fil-A
Wendy's,
sandwiches.
nuggets.
I've had McDonald's and I've had
I've
Wendy's, and if I
I
had to
think I've had
prefer,
every
I'd
fast
prefer
food nugget
Wendy's.
actually.
Oh really?
Cause I've had Wendy's, I've had Chick-fil-A, I've had McDonald's, and I've had Burger King, and I've had chicken rings at White Castle, which are very good.
I really didn't like White Castle whenever I ate there, honestly.
Well, you should have got the chicken rings because that was really good.
Oh yeah. Just their
Yeah, that's
burgers
that.
are just so like I guess like they're sliders, but still like they're just so
Well,
like
well,
disgusting looking.
I've only eaten at White Castle one time, and I that was the
Wait,
time I got the chicken.
was it whenever we went for the academic bowl
Yeah, it
on
was.
our
That
way
was the
back
only
from
time.
Chicago? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like tired and like I just like kind of went in there. I was like I guess I'll just get like a couple burgers. And I got them and they just look disgusting, honestly. Like they're like I mean like I can like eat disgusting looking food if it tastes good, but like it's just like that was like the only exception. It was just like it just looked so slimy. It was just like ugh, you know.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just yeah, I just couldn't
Well,
finish them honestly.
The Wendy's burgers are really good,
Oh yeah.
as are their nuggets, as Clayton said. I guess that's kind of the thing is all these fast food restaurants, like, I mean, they all have similar stuff except for Taco Bell, but they also like have different things. So like, which restaurant do you think has the best nuggets?
I don't really eat
Like,
chicken nuggets honestly.
Well, Clayton, you said Wendy's, right?
Wendy's does, in my opinion, have the best chicken nuggets.
I'd probably also agree with that. But after them, probably McDonald's, because to me they're kind of like maybe not necessarily the one I'm always gonna have or want, but like they kind of own, I guess, the nugget in a way because it's like the McNugget. You know, they don't have a McBurger, but they have a McNugget.
I will also say that McDonald's has a pretty good chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
I've never
I'd say
actually
so too.
tried the McChicken, honestly.
I would
McChicken,
because it's pretty
Mc,
solid.
Mm.
McChicken is good. Chicken is good, but that I guess that kind of defeats my purpose about saying they kind of own the nugget because they don't own the chicken just because they have a McChicken.
Honestly, if that is chicken
They
at
don't
all. But
they don't but they don't own Donald just because they're McDonald. So,
Oh, oh, I see. I see.
which one do you guys think has the best burger?
Honestly, probably McDonald's. I don't know. It just
Yeah,
like
maybe like the Big Mac is an icon.
it, for some reason, it just feels like a lot of places have too thick of a patty. I don't know. I just don't really
Really?
like.
Because I
Yeah,
prefer a thicker patty. Like I kind of think McDonald's is too thin,
yeah. It's just
except
like
except like the quarter pounder, the
yeah,
100%
like
fresh beef quarter
I
pounder.
guess I just like the more cheese with like the two
Yeah,
like patties because there's like cheese in the middle and it's like I usually get like a double cheeseburger and there's like cheese in the middle and cheese on the top. It's just like it just has more flavor in my opinion rather than like 60% of it just being the one flavor, which is the meat. You know what I mean?
I will say hands down, I think McDonald's has the best cheese of any restaurant. Like I think they have the.
Yeah, honestly, whenever I'm like, this is
I
gonna
would eat
sound a little
McDonald's
bit
cheese by itself.
disgusting. But like whenever like cheese kind of sticks to the wrapping, I just kind of like chew the cheese off
Well,
because
that's
it
not
tastes
like
good. You know what I mean?
I fully understand. I wish they would sell just cheese, like just the McDonald's cheese by itself. Like I would eat that.
Yeah, like just like sell it to me so I can just like put it on my own burgers or something. You know?
Or put it on your own wrappers.
Exactly. So I can just like kind of chew 'em off the wrappers.
That wouldn't be a bad. Like I wish McDonald's would sell things like in Walmart.
Yeah,
Like
honestly,
sell Big Mac sauce, sell their own cheese,
dude, I
sell their
wish
own
that
patties.
Pizza Hut would just like kind of like sell like
Like frozen
just kind of
pizzas.
like templates or something, you know, like they just like kind of like sell like frozen like stuffed crusts.
Hmm.
Then you just like kind of put your
Yeah,
own sauce and like cheese on it, you know.
yeah, that might be good.
I mean that would be like crazy cool in my opinion because I
Does
freaking
does pick?
love
In
the stuffed crusts, but it's just like
in my opinion,
Yeah,
I think that Burger King has the worst burger
disagree.
because their burgers always come out so disgusting. Taste disgusting, but they look disgusting.
See, I don't even think that. I think they look.
But I think that Five Guys has the best burger.
Five Guys is really good.
Right out of the ballpark.
Does
Woo!
does Five Guys count as fast food though? Like,
It does.
well, I guess yeah. I guess it kind of does, but I don't really think of. I guess I don't think about it as fast food for some reason,
mm,
but I guess it is technically fast food.
Because
And they
it's
have.
not as well known, or I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
honestly
not as
It's we
like.
don't have one locally here.
Yeah,
honestly
I
I'll
guess.
say this. While the burger's really good, I did not see Five Guys working there, so it's gonna be a pass for me.
Yeah, I saw like three women. What the heck?
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, stick to the brand, you know?
Yeah, Five Guys is good. That you know what that
Five
one might be
Guys
my
is
favorite,
incredible.
just
But you
because
know
of the
what is
fries. Like
not
they give so many.
incredible?
You know what else is awesome about Five Guys? Sorry, I'm talking a lot, but like
Nah, it's
I
cool,
don't
dude.
like Five Guys fries.
you don't like the Five Guys fries?
No.
I love. You know what else?
It may have just been the specific fries that I got that day, but they were not salty. They didn't really
They
they
give
were
so
kind of
many.
I think soggy. I don't know. They were just
They give so many fries, which I love because I love fries.
I know. It's like they just dump it into the bag, and
They
then whatever
they,
lands
they
in the
do.
cup
That's
lands
exactly
in
what
it.
they do. You know what
Put
else is awesome
four
about Five
cups in a
Guys though?
bag, then dump the fries in.
You know what's awesome about Five Guys though?
What?
Five Guys is
What is
the
that?
only like burger restaurant place that I've been to that like plain is the default. So like
Yeah, and then you just kind of like I hate going to Sonic and having to specify like, oh, I don't want mayonnaise on my burger because like
yes,
who puts
why
mayonnaise
would
on a burger?
or why should you have anything on the burger at all? Like why
Yeah,
do I have to
exactly.
specify that I don't want something? Like why not
Yeah,
just have it
exactly.
be
Like I
put
don't want
on
to.
like for people that want that?
Yeah, like do you
I
think I
do like that
like
about
having
Five
to
Guys.
say like, oh, I don't want any veggies? Because that just makes me sound fat. You know, I mean, I don't want to sound
Yeah.
fat.
I do like
Yeah,
that you get to go in and just
and
kind
you
of
can
tell
make
them
your
like
own.
exactly what you want in your burger, and that's
Mhm.
exactly how it comes out. It's
More
nice.
restaurants
Because
should
if I
have
just want ketchup and pickles, I can just get ketchup and pickles.
yeah,
Their
exactly.
their burgers are very messy though. I will say that.
If you get yeah, I probably agree with that.
I think it depends on
Like
how
they put a lot of
loaded you get
sauce
your
on it.
burger.
Yeah.
Like if you just get ketchup and mustard, they put like a lot of sauce on it, honestly.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess
But
that's true.
speaking of fast food places, have any like do any of you guys have like like a preferred drink that you would rather drink like out of a fountain rather than out of like a can?
Honestly, not really, because I usually just drink
Water.
water.
Oh yeah, yeah. Clayton only drinks water because he's a dweeb.
I
No,
pretty much
I'll
Freaking
only
drink
water
drink water.
tea.
dweeb.
I'll drink tea and I'll drink
I
milk.
Oh
I only
wow,
really
milk
drink either
dweeb.
at
I
fast
just
food
don't
places.
drink soda
At
or
fast food
energy
places,
drinks.
I mostly just eat water or Coke.
You eat water?
Yeah.
But like I'm like do you like have you ever had like Coke in a can and also like in like a fountain? Like either of you?
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a
Like
while.
is it just me or does Coke taste a lot better whenever it's like in a fountain rather than in a can? Cuz like I really don't like Coke in a can, but I really
You are
like Coke
crazy,
from
sir.
fountain. Cuz like I don't know, it just like feels too fizzy, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whereas like whenever
Yeah, I
you
kind of understand that.
like yeah, exactly. Like whenever you drink it from a fountain though, like the fizziness is a lot smoother, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like a lot more like better, you know?
Yeah, I can kind of. I think we can all agree that regardless of our differences opinions on which one is better, and even though you guys are wrong,
About
I respect that you about Burger King. I respect
yes.
that you guys have
Hey,
your
I didn't
opinion.
actually make a statement, so I factually can't be wrong.
Well, do you or do you not like Burger
It's
King?
been such a long time. I remember liking it whenever I was a kid. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say yes, I do like it.
Well, you're wrong.
Oh. Oh.
No, no, I think it's good that we can have these kind of disagreements and stuff. But I
Yeah.
think we can all agree
That
100%.
The Last Jedi sucks. It's
I will kill
so.
you right in the face. Next time I see you, a bladed object is going right through your sternum.
All
All right.
I
So
was
what were
just
we
gonna
right.
saying? What were we
I
saying,
was
Jarrett?
I was just gonna say that like fast food is really good and we're all really grateful for it
Yeah,
because there's been a
honestly.
lot of good memories in fast food restaurants for me.
Yeah, 'cause like without fast food, there would just be like Ruby Tuesdays like on every block, and you'd have to like
Yeah,
race
without
through
Exactly.
fast
Nobody
food,
wants
eating
we'd
it.
that.
have slow food, and
I
slow
like Ruby
food
Tuesdays though,
ain't good.
but
Well, I
I
mean
don't want one
it's
every week.
good. It's good, but like it's just
You
like
don't want like you don't want it to be the only option.
It's just
yeah, and
not
also
that.
I don't have enough money to eat there every day. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So fast food is super benefit. Um,
All right, well,
we've been
I think
going
we
for
should
an hour
wrap
and
up
20 minutes.
this
Yeah,
episode
we
of the
should probably
podcast.
wrap up.
Wrap up like the cheese
So,
say.
Hey,
thank you. for
Thank
listening
you
to
guys
this
so much
episode
for
of the
listening.
Gascat Podcast.
Yeah, thank you for listening. If you even did. Wait, I
Go
wonder how
ahead.
many views these are getting though. I never really checked the
Yeah,
views for the
I'm
podcast.
curious though.
Yeah,
If
I
you
guess.
watched to this point, leave a comment saying um, rhubarb.
Last Jedi sucks.
Oh no, not rhubarb. It
Yes, rhubarb.
it turns out that
They're
that
from the
all the
future.
comments yeah, they're from the future and they just like time traveled from this point back and they just like rhubarb and they just like and it's just an endless cycle.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, thanks again,
Uh,
guys. This was fun.
All right. Well,
well,
thanks for listening to the Gascat
yeah,
Podcast. Tune in
be
next
sure
week
to
where
like
we'll
and
have
subscribe.
another episode.
Tune in next week
See ya.
where Sherry will be the only one with a crab in his mouth.
Garneria.
And
Both.
gonorrhea, yes. Well, y'all have a good
See ya.
night.
See you later.